Well, smack my ass and shave my balls. It's the best damn podcast from Chippewa Falls.
Good morning, all you hick guys and gals.
Right. Yeah, I think that would
That's
work
not,
out pretty
that's
sweet.
not as cool.
That's our cue to go.
Yeah.
So
We're
we are Tales from the Hicks.
I'm Jason.
I'm Chad.
Ben,
I am Nate, and today we have a guest. We're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Who's the guest?
I'm Chubbs.
All
Hey,
right.
Chubbs.
hey Chubbs.
All right. And now, if you had been part of the Facebook world and you saw the drawing that we had or the contest that we had, you'll know that he was the winner.
Yep.
And
Wiener.
you can see he's got the Feels Good Do It shirt on.
Yep.
Heck yeah. Got to represent.
Heck yes. There. Yeah.
There it is,
Loud and
yeah.
proud.
F&A cotton.
And if
If not, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's
That's
right.
right.
That is true facts.
And if you're listening on Spotify, you can't see it. Well, I don't know, because now they have that new feature where you can upload the videos. So
Ooh, I haven't clicked on that.
that's
feature
just
yet.
one more thing that might be able to piss me off this week.
Talking about being pissed off.
Yes.
Well, you know what they say.
It's
You know,
better
it's
to be pissed off than
Pissed
pissed
on.
on.
That's
Yeah.
true. True
Yep.
statement.
On Saturday, we had a family reunion, right?
Yeah.
So on Friday, my mom said she was going to run up and get some T-shirts. And then she was just going to bring them back. Shut up. She got them for you, too. And so they were going to bring them over Saturday night. And I'm like, well, I'll just pick them up. Or Friday, they were going to bring them over Friday night. And I said, well, I'll just pick them up Saturday morning and whatever. So Saturday morning, I was up at ass crack of dawn. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm just going to put the sprinkler out there and sprinkle the yard up. Yeah, because it's sand, dude. Fucking my grass is dying.
Sure. Yeah.
It is. My yard is getting brown.
Brown.
Anyway,
Code brownish yellow.
yeah. So I ran over there, got the T-shirts, and I came back, sprinkler still going. I sat down, and this was maybe 9 o'clock or so, and I'm like,
On the bucket?
no, on the couch. And I'm like, I should just shut the sprinkler off, because it was probably going for 2 hours or so, because I moved it around, or 3 hours or whatever it's been going.
You got the tractor thing?
I don't know, just a regular
just a-
back and forth sprinkler. And I got up and looked outside, and the sprinkler was off. And asked Lacey, I go, did you shut the sprinkler off? She's like, no. I'm like, well, what the fuck?
Dun, dun, dun.
Right. So she goes, well, I threw in a load of laundry. I'm like, okay, well, whatever, which we've done it before. We're fucking doing all that shit. And I'm like, we got a problem. So I ran downstairs, wash machine's going, ran back upstairs, turned the faucet on the sink in the kitchen. That's going. I'm like, well, what the fuck? Ran back downstairs, and there's a little box in the corner of your basement that was smoking. And mine was smoking, and water was coming out of it.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is not good.
Yeah, it's probably not a good thing.
So I ran back to the main power box and threw the whole power to the house. And I went back over there and took my flashlight then, and there was fucking smoke rolling out of that box.
How big is the box?
It's not very big.
And it was
Maybe-
obviously an electrical box?
Yep.
Why
So,
would that electrical box have water coming out of it?
right, well, I didn't know until I took the cover off. Well, here there's a start capacitor in there. It's a black.
Is that like a flux capacitor,
flux
but
capacitor.
different?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a start run and then the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them in there. And there's some kind of oil in the start capacitor, and it was leaking everywhere. I thought it was water. It's
Sure.
just some kind of oil shit. And you know what electrical smells like?
Oh, yeah.
Hot.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole basement smelled like. And I'm like, holy fuck. If I wouldn't have caught that when I did,
Should be drawing up new plans.
we would have
today.
been building a new house.
Oh, you fucked up.
I did fuck up.
Yeah. Screwed the pooch there.
Yeah. So then, of course, Saturday morning, run over to Farm Fleet, they don't have capacitors. And before I went to Farm Fleet, I ran to the neighbor's house and asked him in the meantime, he had called some other well drilling people. So he had called me back. He goes, call this guy. He might have something. So anyway, long story short, I had to buy a new box. $140. He said, well, it might work, it might not. He goes, if it doesn't work, you need a new pump for the well. I'm like, oh. Fuck me.
Cha-ching.
Yep. So I put it all back together. We got water, but now when it pumps, it just pumps. It fills up real. It's slower, about half as fast as it was before. So I don't know if it's still the motor that still needs like the pump down in the well.
Could be.
100 feet down there that needs.
Pull her up and put a new one on.
Yep, that's what I'm guessing. But so I don't know if I want to try to tackle that myself or just let the professionals do that.
I would definitely call them.
I'd call a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't even want to fuck with that.
No, because I've heard of some horror stories where they'll snap off or they'll get stuck midway.
Oh.
Now you're drilling a new well.
Oh. I'm not drilling a well.
No.
No. But yeah, I've heard some bad stories.
Yeah. So that was how my Saturday started out. Saturday morning.
How did it end?
We got water. It
good.
works,
Then
but
there
now
you
it
go.
just I had them upstairs. I had turned them all the faucets on, this shower and everything, just to watch that pressure tank empty and fill up. But it's going real. It's slower than it was before. It still works. Everything works. So I don't know if I just wait until it completely. I don't have water, but
Is there an adjustment or something in there that?
on the pressure switch, but I already have that set. I don't want to fuck with the pressure switch. That controls pretty much the whole thing. So you got a wire coming out to your pressure switch, and when that calls for water, because your pressure tank, then there's another wire that goes to this box, and then there's another wire that goes all the way down your well. So that's how that all works all together. So the main brain is that pressure switch. When it calls for it, it kicks everything on, and you get power, and you get water. Yeah, that's how my Saturday morning started. I didn't get done till 1 o'clock probably.
I wonder what the
12:30.
deal was because I had some plumbing issues Friday.
Really?
Yeah, my wife called me. I was just walking out of work. I could hear the kids frantic in the background. Just figured it was a normal day.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I shut the water off, but the faucet underneath the sink is just pissing out water. Everything's flooded. I'm like, what? She's like, I don't know, but where the faucet comes down into your main pipes underneath the sink, she's like, hose is off, just flooding the house. I mean, she's like, I shut it off, but I'm just soaking wet and just pissed off.
Right.
I'm like, well, I guess I'll check it out when I get home and
Well, the wife calls and tells you she's wet. You better get home.
get to going.
Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say mad like a wet hen, but maybe I don't know her, so I can't say that.
she's a nice lady.
Okay, then I won't say that.
She just brought you popcorn.
Ex-nay.
Yeah, but
Yeah, she did. Yeah, thank you.
anyway, I was coming over the bridge, Main Street, and was behind my plumber, Chad knows him, Tony. And I was like, I should just call him and just tell him to stop over.
Right.
Just because I don't know what's going on. I'm not a plumber. I've never played one on TV.
Right.
But so I get home and she showed me, and I'm like, yeah, I got no idea. So I called Tony, and he's like, well, because I put a new faucet on probably a year ago, and it's the faucet that has a handle that comes out, and sprays just the one.
I got the same thing.
He knows we're on air, right?
Yeah, it's cool. But so when I put it on, those new water lines were way longer than what I used to have.
Yeah.
So I had to cut down it's like PVC, but it's not PAX,
Yeah, sure.
So they're just like about this long. A couple inches long.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah. That seems like a lie.
yeah.
It's like 6 inches.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Yeah.
But he's like, well, if you can pull that out, there should be more or less a plastic collar. I can't remember what he called it, but he's like, that should be on the end of it.
It's a cock ring.
Yes, very small though. Chad's used to that.
You'll still slide off Chad.
Right.
Mike Oxmo.
So he's like, well, take that nut out and see if it's in there, but call me back. Well, I called him. I said, well, it's in there. I was like, hey, we're in a good time now. We can FaceTime. He's like, yeah. So I got to FaceTime. Well, here where you put the lines in and it goes through the nut that screws onto your water pipe.
Yeah.
They weren't tight enough. So somehow in the last year, I got very lucky of not having more floods.
All right.
Ooh. Especially
So-
when you weren't home.
Yeah.
If you were gone for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
So thank you to Tony
Yeah.
and FaceTime that we got that sorted through. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I told him I owe him a beer, but that's still cheaper than a service call.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
But he goes, yeah, I just seen you right behind me. I said, I know I was just about to call you, but I figured it wasn't a big deal, something stupid. And he goes, oh, I would have stopped. And I was like, yeah, I just didn't know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
But thanks to FaceTime, that we got that taken care of.
Good.
They make they make we've had a couple issues with water in my house, and I bought them off of Amazon, like a water detector, to throw underneath your sink, and as soon as moisture touches it, it starts making this like a fire alarm, basically. You know what I mean? Blaring loud sound. But I was always worried, what if we're gone and something happens? So I actually found on Amazon water detectors that connect to your Wi-Fi, and there's an app on your phone.
Sure.
And so if you're gone and they detect water, you get an alert on your phone.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That would be handy.
So here's the other question. If you're not home, say you're in another state,
Yep.
you still got to call somebody, run over to your house, shut the water off?
Right, but I mean, I have
Better
a
than-
buddy who checks on our dog, or my parents could go, or
Right.
you
Okay.
know,
I mean, I was just
Yeah.
hindsight,
better than coming home to a flooded. I mean, probably
or
still
five-
have water damage, but
4 or 5
lot-
days later.
Yeah,
Yeah, thankfully,
yeah.
my house sits on cinder blocks.
Because you might confuse it with having been robbed by the wet bandits.
Ooh,
Oh.
they could make a
the
comeback.
wet bandits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good times.
Chad, you look confused. Wet bandits.
No, that's just
Oh,
the way
no.
he looks.
That's yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's a standard look
No,
on his face.
I know them guys.
But
Deer in the headlights.
what'd you do? What'd you do this week, Chad? Besides finding out that your name is actually a word.
It is Hanging Chad.
Nobody knows that. Though.
Yeah,
Well,
because
Well, they might.
back in
Maybe our viewers are smarter than us.
yeah, if you were into politics and elections back in 2000, if you didn't clip the paper ballot
Yeah.
all the way, there was a little
Hanging Chad.
hanging Chad there. So we learned that today, or I did.
Yeah, earlier today.
Yep. So this week here,
So like we mentioned, I think in week 1 or 2, we dropped knowledge bombs, and that is one of
that's-
them.
Right.
That's a good one.
You never know when you need that on trivia night.
Right.
Yeah.
It might
So-
come up.
Hanging Chad.
Yep.
All right, this week.
Might have to change that.
This week, what did I do? Work some OT, which is, it's a plus and a minus in my book. I never look for the overtime, but if it's there and I have nothing going on, I will work it. So that was this week. I had a couple graduation parties, a family reunion, and a baby shower.
Oh, and did you make it to the family reunion?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
I did make it to the other 3 events. So
I see where family lies.
yeah.
You know, I'm going to
Well-
say you're probably lucky because this has been, and I'm jumping ahead, but this has kind of been a rough week for me because, among other things, yesterday I found out an additional relative that we have. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
I actually seen that posting
Yeah.
where if you're talking about that
Justin
JD,
Boydell.
yep.
I'm sure he doesn't listen to us anyways.
I would imagine
he said he said he was.
I
but-
I doubt it.
He's full of shit.
yeah.
He's a pretty busy guy
Yeah.
doing nothing.
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of shocking.
Yeah.
So
I was
you
like,
guys probably can't date now.
well,
so.
that's what, well,
Well, I mean, how are you recovering from finding out that you've been in an incestuous relationship now for a long time? I mean,
yeah.
that had to be a pretty fucking big blow to your.
That's actually why I didn't go.
well, you didn't find out till afterwards.
Well, I got the
Face
text,
facts.
and we were like, "You'll never believe who's here at the family reunion."
Yeah.
And
Well, she went for him.
yeah, I went straight home, locked my doors down in the little cellar basement, and
Suicide wank.
Suicide wank.
Pretty much. Yeah. And I knew nobody was home, so I knew I was safe, but I still yelled it out.
Yeah.
Family reunions. Not just a regular family reunion, and like I said, I didn't make it, but it was the large family reunion. You know, not just the tree; it was the branches, the leaves, everything.
Yeah, it was huge.
Well,
But,
we
Yes,
figured
it
it
was.
out. It was
There's a lot of people.
It was the siblings of our great grandparents.
Yeah. See, and that's. I'll be honest, I couldn't
And
get that far back.
They had
So,
14 kids.
I think. Yeah.
back then. So then you take that and you just.
And that was back in like 18 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1850s.
But
Yeah.
no, my
It
neighbor,
was craziness.
my
know.
neighbors
Yeah.
spread through
You've
the.
been banging her and you're related to
she's
her.
spread, all right.
Yeah.
Spread.
Chadman
Spread
that
eagle.
love.
I mean,
She's
I
in
knew
the
it
tree.
was serious when I drove by and I saw that now the big granny panties
Yes.
say property of Chad Rubens are on them.
Yeah.
You know,
I-
because she's been fucking tagged. And she's,
Yeah, well, I was trying to use the small marker so you wouldn't read it.
mhm.
When are you going to just build that addition to make the houses one?
yeah,
Yeah,
just a big breezeway.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
what
Well,
it
I'm
is.
sure it is a
breezeway.
breezeway.
Yeah, just shy of a fucking sailboat curtain.
Kurt.
Sailboat curtain.
Yeah.
That'd be a sail.
Sail, whatever. I'm flustered.
We can
Truth
tell.
comes out.
I think a sailboat curtain is what they put in the cuddy.
Oh, it was the curtain, all
He's gonna,
right.
he doesn't need one of those.
Yeah.
They don't have to hide it anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they might have to because they are related.
Might have to hide it even more.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna move to Alabama.
Yeah.
Oh.
That might be.
Moving trucks coming this week. So
Did you guys know that that's where the toothbrush was invented in Alabama?
for one tooth.
Well, otherwise it would have been called the teeth brush. It was invented in Alabama, so it's a toothbrush.
Toothbrush.
Oh boy.
But no, otherwise than that, that's pretty much my week, and went out and about today with my parents and my sister and boyfriend and Ryan and
Your boyfriend?
Your boyfriend?
no, her boyfriend
Well, I was
Oh,
clarifying.
and
'cause-
Aiden, and we had Father's Day brunch,
Nice.
which
which actually was breakfast.
was just breakfast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine print that was not printed.
Oh.
If
Word.
you're there prior to 11, it is only breakfast. Even though
I mean, I feel like that's pretty normal at most any restaurant, though.
Yeah, but most restaurants this day and age, or at least that I go to, you can pretty much eat breakfast or lunch whenever they're open.
Tell me a restaurant that does that.
Chippewa
Family
Family
restaurant.
Restaurant.
Altoona Family Restaurant.
well, yeah, it's all in the
I
same.
didn't think they served lunch in the morning, though.
Sure do. You can eat her whenever you want.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we've been there before, and they told us that the deep fryers were not turned on in the morning.
Somebody just wasn't ready for the day.
I've definitely ordered lunch at breakfast time.
Okay.
What time? What time's your breakfast?
Yeah.
7-ish
Oh,
on a
that's
weekend or something. You know, I'm
Oh,
not.
okay.
You know,
Yeah.
it's 7, 8 o'clock in the morning for
Okay.
sure.
All right.
That's what I did.
Ben, what'd you do this week?
Nothing crazy. Went out to Friday night fish buffet at Whitetail for Father's Day on Friday night. Whitetail Golf Course in Colfax.
Hmm.
With the wife and the boy, and my mom and dad went out there for Father's Day and hung out. And then Saturday, what did we do yesterday? Not a heck of a lot, I guess. Had a grad party we went to, and then today went out. Wife took me out for lunch. Went to Ted's Pizza in Menominee and went for a little cruise, and that was about it.
Nice.
How about you, Nate?
Oof. I had a rough week, obviously. And people don't know. We tried recording a few different times and
They don't
been
know.
coming.
No,
Well,
they don't.
they don't know, but I'm letting them know because
Technical difficulties.
I just need to get it off my chest. I heard that venting is good. Otherwise,
Talk to us, Nate.
Talk to me, Goose.
It really upset me. For the last 4 days, I've been really reeling pretty bad. But I'll see if I'm over it after this. Maybe
Right.
if you're watching this, I'm feeling better. Yeah, 'cause
I was really upset when I got here today.
oh boy,
I mean, I anticipated Freezy Pops, and there were no
boy.
Freeze
You
Pops.
know-
and
You
I
didn't
was
make it down to Cisco, or what's that new store
Pretty
called?
upset.
Costco?
Costco.
Cisco's a singer.
Well,
a thong song.
Cisco
Or a restaurant
supply
supply store.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah,
You didn't get the
I-
ice
Different
cream
spellings.
machine. No ice cream machines?
Nope. I ordered. I did what you should do, and last night went on my phone and had my groceries ordered, so they were delivered this morning. But they didn't. I missed the time, and it didn't get. I had to pick the 9 to 10 slot, and they apparently wanted to wait right until the 10 o'clock spot. So I got.
That's surprising. Normally, if I do like, whatever my time slot is, they're usually there by like 10 after.
Right. Yeah, I don't know whatever the deal was, but yeah, it was almost right at 10 o'clock. So I got that stuff put away. So yeah,
So when I don't know how this works, obviously, because
Yeah,
I
we
don't
know.
I don't do this. But
Right, we know.
so what time do you go on this to order your food? and
Whenever
shit?
you'd like
During
to.
the week,
whenever you want.
The
whenever.
internet's open 24/7, Jason.
I get it, Ben. I understand. But so like if you go on, say this morning at 6 o'clock, and you can
Yeah.
pick between you want your shit there between 7.
They need
No.
so
Or
long.
8 and
They
9
need
or
so
whatever.
long to process.
It's usually 3 or 4, maybe 4 hours. Like
Unless you pay extra for express delivery.
express delivery.
But otherwise, like if you're doing it this morning, and it also depends on how many orders they have in the queue,
Yep.
Right.
because only so many deliveries can get made in a day.
Mm.
So, but normally, like if I'm doing mine, I'll add to it during the week whenever I realize I need something, and then I'll usually try and put it in Friday morning or Friday evening for Saturday or Sunday sometime.
So you can put it in on Friday and tell them you want it on Saturday delivery or
Yep.
Sunday
Yep, and then you
or
can
Monday
keep
or
adding
whatever.
to it
Oh,
until like 3 or 4 hours before.
Yeah, it's a few hours. So yeah, I ended
Oh,
up having to go back because I forgot I needed
Yeah.
ice cream. I forgot I needed steak sauce. I forgot I needed this. So then I'd go back in even after my order was submitted. And
Yep.
It says right on there, like to have
You
this
have
shipment
3
date
hours and
till-
46 minutes. To
I'll
add
show you.
your
I'll show
order.
you.
no, you
sometime.
don't have to show me. I just go to the store.
Dude,
How's
Did
that
you go?
going?
Did you go today?
I did. Oh, I got a picture too. Look at
Oh,
that.
you got a picture of your buddy?
I got a picture of my buddy.
Did you guys do a selfie together?
Do you know what that is?
No, but I wanted to go back in there and
Do you know what a
say,
selfie is?
And it's not when you're
Is
on
this
the
an Urban Dictionary?
Yeah.
That could be.
I would
It might be.
I'd be interested to hear that.
No, you won't. Oh, what was that? Did you hear that?
There he
I
is.
heard
Duck
nothing.
calls.
There he
Oh,
is.
shit.
That smells like onions. I
Did you eat onions?
Oreos and gumballs.
don't think so.
Mm.
What?
He was right in the wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Right out front smoking.
I'm telling you, that's what he does every fucking Sunday morning.
It's because he's listening and he knows it irritates you, so he keeps doing it.
Wouldn't you?
I can't wait until 1 week he's got dyed hair.
Oh, that
Just
Oh,
setting you
I could
fucking
pick
right
him out of
off.
the lineup any day of the week.
That would be hilarious.
just
if
from
he did
listening
listen.
to us that he dyed his hair because he knows that.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. A few weeks ago, I used Nate. Not like that, you sick fucks. I used Nate, and we went to Costco. Me and
Okay.
Nate,
Sure
Yeah.
did.
and
The old hands skipping.
Skip down the aisles.
just
yeah.
a little bit, nothing serious.
Okay.
I rode in the cart.
And
You
he kept,
pushed one off.
fucking kept kicking his legs. I was so pissed. But
Right, like ding
afterwards, I had to try the pizza and the hot dog. Very good. But as we're sitting there,
Where is this?
Costco,
Costco.
Okay.
Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco in your words.
Never been there.
looking, I don't know, a few tables behind us, and there is a girl there. And first thing I look at Nate, and I was like, that person right there is Jason's idol. She had every color, fucking hair, every color, all at once.
That's silly.
Yeah, and then I just said, yeah, that's Jason's idol. Too bad he wasn't with us.
That had to take a while.
It was, I mean,
Oh, I bet.
it was, I mean, you've seen it. It was,
Every color everywhere all at once.
yeah, pretty much. It was like a snow cone, you know, where you get all the different flavors.
Mhm.
That's what her hair was.
Like a rainbow.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, you know, it is.
No, they don't get their month.
Did
They don't get their
the carpet match the curtain?
I didn't ask her. Didn't ask.
You didn't get that far on the date.
No.
They weren't. They're not related.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did you see her yesterday?
New prerequisite.
Yeah.
Requisite.
Yeah. Checklist for her yesterday. She
Right.
didn't make it. But yeah, you would have loved it.
Probably not.
No.
Do you have some definitions?
Wait. Did you do?
Well, he kind of started it with.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I fixed the pump
Leak.
and
Oh, they
the
kinda
leak
went-
and
They,
Yeah, I
went,
guess.
they went skipping hand in hand together with their.
I-
Tanner had ball games.
Yeah, I was gonna come Thursday.
Ball
until-
game Monday, Thursday. I think.
Thursday, I cut the lawn. Sorry, I had to cut the lawn on Thursday, and when I got done, I had a message or missed call and a message from Jason that you got to get over here. Tanner's got a ball game. I'm like, yeah, I was mowing the lawn.
Yep.
He's like, his girlfriend's here, and I'm like, I'm on my way over.
What the fuck?
You screwed up.
Yeah, well, I had plans on it until I worked overtime Thursday, and I don't know if you all know this, but it was pretty warm Thursday. The last thing I wanted to do at 5:30 or whatever I got home, 5:15, was race to the ball field to sit in the sun.
We were
I
in the
did.
shade though,
Yeah.
because we were in front of the stand there.
They got freezy
Oh, your
pops.
spot, your
Yeah.
secret spot.
They got freezy pops over there too.
Yeah, well, after, like I said,
Be
almost
nice
12
if somebody had
hours.
freezy pops here, for fuck's sake.
I was at Hallie on Thursday.
Oh, yeah?
It
I
wasn't
don't, know if
bad.
they're, I don't know if they're frozen yet.
So I told Brielle, I said, it's only his second game. He's got more games.
Yeah,
We're going
because
to
I
them.
think the next one's on Tuesday and it's at
8
8.
o'clock at night. There you go.
That's
no,
gonna.
too
That one's
late.
gonna.
It's gonna be hot though.
that one's
Thursdays
gonna
are going to work
suck.
best for me because even if I work that Friday, it's only usually 4 hours. So
Yeah. I did,
These private sector employees, man, I tell you.
special guest brought special presents. We know how much Jason loves popcorn.
I do love
Yes.
I
popcorn.
did.
You
I did
did.
bring him a big bag of corn.
Yep,
Yeah.
you did. I
Even
appreciate
a
it.
couple of different ones.
was it
brought him-
popped or?
fresh popped.
Yeah.
This afternoon from the old Whirly Pop with
Yeah.
the coconut oil because we,
Yeah.
So it's
Give
getting
him
pretty serious.
it is getting pretty serious. And then he got a special bag from the movie theater.
I did.
It's
Pretty decent of
when he
my
says
wife, Megan.
bag. When he says bag, he's talking about a full-on garbage bag. Jason,
Yeah,
show
it's
the
large.
Sure, listeners.
show him your big sack.
Santa
A popcorn.
Holy shit!
Yeah, we
Yeah.
didn't mess around with that.
Jeez.
thank-
That's
That's-
about a quarter of the size of the panties you're used to seeing laid on the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
so
is.
we got Jason some treats for the night.
Yeah.
You know,
Chance that's gone in the morning.
Ooh,
He'll be shitting
That-
all day.
I'd be impressed if he.
if he could do that, I would put him up against my oldest son.
Yeah.
'Cause
I probably can't do that tonight though.
If you didn't work
Man,
tomorrow,
you know,
if you didn't work tomorrow, could you?
Well, just imagine your farts tomorrow; they'd be dry.
shitting the next day after you eat a whole bunch of popcorn, that is an interesting situation every
Uh-huh.
time.
Gets
Yeah.
intense.
Yeah.
It does.
You shitting tents?
No.
It's like that extreme
No.
camping.
Never take him
buckets.
camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go
Yeah,
camping
no.
with Chubbs.
Yeah. Don't definitely.
Oh yeah. Thanks for the popcorn.
Yeah,
we'll eat that up. It won't be long.
Oh, that's good to hear. It'll at least it's going to a good belly.
Yeah, it is. Good cause over here.
One of the few things that he can actually keep in his belly, I suppose.
Wow,
No,
Well, just
no
for-
chicken, no milk, no eggs.
well, that and Liney's light. I guess
Line's
he's
light.
set.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Liney's light.
Wow.
I had a bunch of that last night
Easy. With Chad's girlfriend.
with
didn't know
Chad's dad,
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
Old Skeeter.
Skeeter.
Skeeter bug.
Yeah.
Too bad we weren't getting a dumpling delivery today. That'd be a perfect
Oh,
time
Ooh.
to be a
yeah, we
guest.
Dumplings.
haven't talked about that in a long time. Or seems like forever.
I mean,
Well,
I
it took
hope
us
that-
like 8 weeks to get fucking dumplings.
Yeah, it
so.
did take a while.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have to. Should I send him my address next time so he can stop at my place and then stop here
Yeah.
and then stop down in Red Wing or
Yeah.
wherever
Yeah.
Stace
Ellsworth.
lives?
Ellsworth.
Probably. He'll probably go there first though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
we still wouldn't get any.
He'd already be down there.
yeah,
He's probably making them down there.
yeah.
Whatever you got to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Here's the man.
Let's get the warning out to the children. Fingers
yes.
in your
The
ears.
fingers in your children's ears.
This is
Because you're gonna need your own for this next episode.
this is your warning for the
Earmuffs.
Urban Dictionary.
Chubbs, that goes for your children too.
Yeah, put your
Yeah.
fingers in the ear.
I'll pre-watch and listen before I let them, because they're super excited to hear Dad.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I bet.
All right, first one is called Boss Punch.
A boss?
I'm already not sure if I like this one.
Was that because you're a boss? Or?
I'm a boss.
Like
I'm
a
boss.
boss.
Like a boss.
I got nothing with this.
Boss punch. I wonder if it's kind of like a donkey punch. But I don't know that I know the definition of that either.
We could look it up after this.
Maybe we should. Boss punch.
Nothing?
I'm gonna have to say
Going
that's-
to, you're getting punched somewhere in the private.
I'm gonna guess in the cooch.
Not with a fist.
That's a cunt punch, Jason.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Or unless you punch, maybe that's a cunt punch.
Shout out David's favorite word.
Yeah.
Cunt.
There it is.
As some say in our world, see you next Tuesday.
Yep.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right,
Or
what is it?
can't
All right.
understand normal thinking.
Boss punch. When Bruce Springsteen slid into the camera with his balls during the Super Bowl halftime show, can be used for any slightly sexual physical impact.
Hmm.
I don't know if I remember. Was that?
I certainly don't.
I
Must be
too
made up.
young.
Well, he is the
It's
boss.
on the internet. You can't fucking be not
well,
true.
obviously.
Well, everything there.
Obviously, it's just us, our memory failing.
That's true.
I imagine.
So I'll look up donkey punch for you, Nate.
Yeah, I wonder what that is.
I don't think it's going to be the same definition.
No, there's some of these are.
It's when the guy from Shrek comes in and does that.
Oh, fuck.
Is this bad?
Well, the first one was not bad, but the boy, don't scroll down.
Read all the
Shit.
definitions.
The first one is Donkey Punch, an attack in Super Smash Brothers, the
No.
video game. To perform this move, you must wind up Donkey Kong's regular B button attack.
That doesn't sound like.
But then it goes downhill rapidly from there. Donkey Punch, a sleazy sex move in which, while the guy is taking the girl anally, he punches her in the back of the head, making her ass or vagina contract around his member.
Oh, there it is.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Yeah.
Oh no!
That's
Wind it up.
Here we go.
Wind it up.
that's kind of what you were talking about, though. What the hell is he doing over there?
I can't believe we've never seen this. This is, yeah.
Is he gonna
this is
be
gonna
all
be no, I mean, yeah, he will be, but
Our guest is broken.
yeah. He's,
Somebody got a reset button? Damn.
he does this.
Okay.
Do you think you could
Should we
self...
just keep on going?
Yeah, no,
Is he gonna be all
He'll
right?
pan out.
It'll all even
We'll
out.
just
Yeah.
keep
Do you
going
think you
here.
could self donkey punch in a suicide wank?
Oh.
You know, like one hand is punching yourself while the other is working it, and then that contraction,
Yeah.
and right before you do that, you holler, "Dad!" You know, and then donkey punch, suicide wank.
Punch yourself in the head.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, that's talent.
Boy, I don't know. Maybe.
Kinda.
I mean, you just string some of these moves together like a combo in a video game. You know,
Finish him.
and then maybe throw in a Spider-Man. You know, at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Spider-Man at the end when Dad. Tanner, we need you to do some research for us, Tanner. String all these together. We need you to spring Donkey Punch with a suicide wank followed with a Spider-Man, and let us know
Oh boy.
how things shake out. I guess.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. How that comes
Shake
out.
out.
Yeah.
Do we have to give the definition of the Spider-Man?
Oh, we
Well,
would-
I mean, Tanner must know. Jason's the originator expert. So
fucking pro.
Tanner's probably seen it done 100 times.
Walked in on that.
Jason Parker? Is it?
Yeah.
Jason Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So,
You'll have to look that one up too, Chubbs, or listeners too. Go ahead.
well, Jason can just tell you what it
Yeah,
is.
that's true. Show them.
You can go for it. Yeah.
No.
I told you about the hurricane.
Well. Yeah, you did that too.
We get a.
Well, you gotta tell him about it
No,
now.
I mean, we kind of brought it up. We kind of.
Yeah.
I think we got a recap.
People are in the dark.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not. Yeah, the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I remember the finishing move.
Yeah. Jason was the one who.
Yeah, so this is not my. this come from a word game earlier, not self-taught or tried even. Well, you're going to town on yourself. You
No, not on yourself.
huh?
Well, yeah.
Don't
You're
you
going
put
to
your
town
own
on a
hand?
girl.
Yeah, but you gotta.
and then you
Show them how it's done,
Oh, God.
Oh yes, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry.
you can't tell me you haven't done this with your cousin for fuck's sake.
I forgot the
not
first
this
part.
cousin.
See?
Oh,
Oh,
the neighbor.
yeah.
Yeah, the neighbor.
I'm
The neighbor
sorry.
cousin.
I forgot about that.
You're nuzzin.
A Nuzzin. That's like a neighbor cousin.
There it is. That's a good. Put it on a T-shirt.
A Nuzzin.
You nuzzin lover.
Oh, son of a unprovoked and everything. Oh,
Nuzzin love is where it's at.
yep. That's
Nuzzin is what I.
Oh,
I'm moving. Fuck it.
Well, then you just have to drive. That doesn't make sense.
Gosh,
fuck
no.
GMC. That's your new name in my phone is nuzzin lover.
When you say move, you're just gonna move in with her.
Next
now?
Yeah, yeah. And rent the place out.
Next door.
Fucking live in the truck. So yeah, so you're going to town on a girl, doggy
Nuzzin.
style,
Nuzzin.
and you ejaculate into your own hand, and then, right when she turns around, you Spider-Man it in her face.
Like Spider-Man shooting his web.
Yep, into her face.
Nail
Yeah,
shooting something.
we learned that earlier today on the podcast here. That,
Yeah. Well, we had arts and crafts time, and Jason was showing us
that's true.
some of his favorite moves.
Check this move out.
Yep.
Yeah, secret.
See
That's
this
when
one.
that's when he told us about the hurricane.
The
too.
hurricane.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Hurricanes. It's kind of on the same
Path.
path of what you got, but you ejaculate into a fan,
The backside, right?
the backside of the fan, and then it blows it all into her face.
Sure, that's the hurricane part.
That's the hurricane. That's where the hurricane comes in play. You're on the backside of the fan, and
Sounds like a tsunami.
Yeah, well, so you're gonna want to make sure the kids are at Grandma and Grandpa's tonight, Chubbs.
yeah,
Yep.
they don't want to hear this.
Tanner,
but-
how about Tanner skip,
Oh, Jesus.
skip
Sorry,
the
buddy.
Spider-Man, insert the hurricane, because then you can stay right in bed, have the fan just next to you in the bed there. When Dad opens the door, right through that fan, just full facial.
Huh.
Yeah. And take a picture for us. We'd like to see the look on his face when that happens.
Spectacular.
Yeah.
Email it, whatever. Send a text.
Yeah.
Hicks at talesfromthehicks.com.
Print it out.
Oh, fuck.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, that
Nuzzin.
was
It is.
spectacular.
I
The
guess.
interwebs wins again.
Yeah.
Glad I got the reset button done.
Aren't you glad you came over for this?
Oh yeah.
Just think of all the fun you were missing out on.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
So-
do abs at the gym today, so this worked out. Good.
Yeah,
There you go.
well, that's what we're here for.
Oh, speaking of gyms, I was thinking about starting one.
He's thinking about Jim.
Yeah, it's Jim.
You're talking about Jim.
I think I got a pretty clever name for gym.
Let me guess, it's called the bar.
No. So it'd be like the Outer Bounds Gym, and then it would just be shortened to OBGYM.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
You gonna switch gyms now?
no. I mean, unless that one's 24 hours too.
The microphone's on.
The mic's
Are they on?
yeah.
I'm just checking. Just checking.
I think he means technically, are they on?
Are they,
They
on?
are on
Okay, okay.
All right.
Everything's working?
so far.
Okay.
All right. So the next Urban Dictionary thing I got here is called Norwegian steam engine.
Oh.
This sounds good though.
Yeah,
This
what's
I
sounds,
feel like it's got something to do with poop.
Yeah.
well,
yeah, on the
you-
chest. It's
steam.
the
Isn't
what's
that a
it?
roll?
Boston Steamer or something.
Thought
That's
that
a
was
Cleveland steamer?
Cleveland Steamer, yeah.
There's a rolling brownout too.
Really? A mudslide, probably. too?
Mudslides.
Well,
Yeah.
you seen that movie Sex Drive that happens in there? The rolling.
No, I
brownout.
haven't seen that movie.
Oh, you should.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sex Drive.
Mm-hmm.
Is that with the Amish people? The
Yep.
Amish? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and the judge. The
What?
car. The
What the fuck
car.
you guys watch at night?
No, it's the car of the judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's in
GTO.
it with the Amish, and they don't technically drive it.
I bet there's some driving going on. It sounds like.
All right,
Norwegian steam engine. This is kind of a long one. This is a sexual maneuver that should only be attempted by level 7 or higher practitioners. You take a girl out to a secluded location in a full-sized 4-door sedan. You get in the back seat and start doing her doggy style.
Nice.
It becomes very hot and stuffy, so you roll down the back window. When the girl sticks her head out the window to cool off, you crank the window back up on her neck just far enough as not to choke her, but far enough that she can't escape. Holy shit. You have not done. You duct tape a lit cigar to her mouth, and then you proceed to cornhole her. Every time you thrust, twin smoke rings come out of her nostrils. Used in a sentence.
Oh yeah, please.
I took this old skank out on Lover's Lane and gave her the old Norwegian steam engine.
Oh my god!
Huh.
Definitely not where I thought that was going.
No.
No.
Tanner, don't try that one. You're definitely not at advanced enough level for that.
Secondhand smoke is bad.
More questioning the
Where does
level 7.
Yeah, where does one go to
practitioner.
get certified for that?
Well, if you're a level 7, you just know.
I think you
so
just know.
apparently you're not.
No. I am not. I'm gonna. Well, I don't know if I share too much, I guess, but I'm not necessarily all that adventurous. I mean, I've never shit on anyone. Never had any of them ask to pee on them. Nothing like that.
No.
Vanilla, they call that.
I guess I would call that normal. That's,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
You're not erotic.
I was gonna say because I don't know some of this stuff. It's like,
But you're saying it's on the internet, so it's true.
well, I don't know. I guess.
There's a
I'd
lot of
probably-
fucked up people out there.
I probably wouldn't go and search videos for it though.
Well,
You could, though.
that's the difference between you and I.
No, I said I would.
Because when I get out to the truck, I am searching.
Thank you for waiting until you get out to your truck.
Norwegian.
I'll do that on Nate's Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to pull out of the driveway.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can't pull out of a driveway as it is.
Well, he's got to look up some shit for him and the Nuzzin to do later on, so you can have some new ideas.
Oh,
you
there's
know?
a house for
He's gonna have
sale.
to he's gonna have to get a bigger car.
Yeah. Well.
You
Okay.
You got one more?
I got one more.
One
All
more.
right.
The Canadian parking meter. Oh.
Oh,
Terrible.
I'm guessing it's not nice.
Not good.
Are we maybe not going to
Would
do
this ruin the moment?
I just think it's kind of stupid, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to skip that one.
all right. Feel free to look that up on your own and email us in.
Yeah, we're going to go next to the Alaskan fire dragon.
Oh,
Weren't we looking at dragons, the fire dragon stuff?
Nope, those were bad dragons.
Bad dragons.
Was that on
No, I think it was off air.
off air? All right. Well,
Yeah,
this is something
that was
That one would
definitely off
probably
air.
get us
Okay.
shut down.
So then this will be one that we'll say if you really want to go deeper. This
Boy,
is,
some you can't go
this is-
deeper.
I mean, deeper into the topic, Chad. That this is something you're going to have to go on your own. Do a Reddit search for bad dragon, and you watch on your own at your own
Risk.
at your own risk.
Don't do it at school or work.
Children, do not do it.
Nope. Yeah.
All
good
right.
to know.
Chubbs, when you get home, check it out.
I don't know. I'm kind of scared as it is.
Yeah, yeah. It's good.
You
There's
should
a reason
be.
for it.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
be scared.
And it gets scarier.
I didn't want to look at it myself, but I had to. It's like a bad car wreck, you know. Once you start looking,
Right.
holy shit, you got to keep
You just
watching.
gotta
Yep.
keep looking.
Yep.
Yeah.
7
I just
or-
don't want to start that car wreck, so
Because it would be 7 or 8 days straight. You'd go back and look.
You wouldn't get
Oh.
no work done.
You wouldn't leave the house for a week.
Yeah.
oh boy.
I'll send you a link.
Chad's got it bookmarked on.
Please go.
All right. What's
I think I would
next?
rather go to work.
The Alaskan fire
Oh
dragon.
yeah, Alaska fire dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we tangented there.
Yeah.
It's real bad.
All right. Alaskan fire dragon.
Well,
I don't know.
I'm gonna go with doing
There's gotta be
sexual
some-
act during a certain time of the month.
Oh.
I was thinking around a fire, but
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's your guess, not mine.
no, I know. I'm just.
Well, yeah.
I'm
well,
just
I hope it's not. I hope you're way off.
Well, I was just going with the red dragon theme and
Talk about the Red Dragon. You ever see that movie? That was pretty good.
he's never seen that.
red
Oh, yeah.
dragon.
Yeah,
Oh, I have.
yeah, I've seen.
I
it.
think I own
Actually, I read that book.
Really?
It was pretty decent.
All right.
All right, Ben.
How close are we?
No.
No.
Good.
Good.
Boy, some of these are. So yeah, I mean, it says there are many different ways to complete the fire dragon, usually involving either hot sauce, fire, or cum pouring out of a person's nose. The first one is ejaculating into one's mouth, then holding their mouth shut while you tickle them, so that the semen shoots out of their nose, resembling the white snowy fire of a dragon in Alaska.
Oh my god!
And the second one I definitely wouldn't recommend for somebody you love. Probably be all right for a Nuzzin, but pouring hot sauce down one's vagina with your genitals in their mouth, causing them to unleash a powerful dragon-like roar. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying those at home.
No, you probably wouldn't be getting a callback.
No,
Callbacks for seconds. on
no,
that.
that's
Well, Chad's probably not going to do that because he still wants the Nuzzin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you fucking right. You right, boy.
All right. So now with our guest, we
this
should,
guy.
What do you have for? You have a topic, or question, or something you'd like to share with the world?
Oh boy.
What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, spare time?
Sure.
I drive party bus on the weekends.
Nice.
You can check that out if you. We rent them. I don't only drive them. We do rent them. Chubb's Party Bus and Dick's Limo Service. You can find us on Facebook and on the web, chubbspartybusrental.com.
That's not a spider web. That's just
No, just the regular interweb.
No.
Yeah. Or you can call or text, we can give that phone number, 715-579-5280, if you want to book for a bachelor party or, take your Nuzzin friends out.
Oh, just take the two of them in Dick's limo and
Right.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. But other than that, just the kids are into sports now. Liam is golfing these days, trying to get into that, so we get hitting the course a lot more. And Lincoln's playing t-ball out here in Halley, so really enjoying that. So it's nice to be out and about for sports.
Sure. Yeah. That pretty much takes care of your summer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yep.
Yeah, and then fitting the Harley rides in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Last week, Lincoln wanted to take the motorcycle to t-ball practice. I said, yeah, that's fine. He goes, well, how are we going to put my bag on there, Dad? And I got a road glide, so it's a big bagger, and I got a trunk on it. And I took a flannel, folded it up, put it on the racking, and I put my chair, because, well, you got to have a chair.
Right. Absolutely.
And then took his bag, and we zip tied her up there. Looked a little redneck, but boy, did he show off my motorcycle to his teammates.
Yeah.
Loved it. He's like, oh, Dad, can I show him the bike? I was like, yeah, definitely. I was like, I think they can see it, but go ahead.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, just everybody looking at you when you're pulling in the ball fields. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's got loud exhaust, and I've got a lot of speakers, so it's quite loud when you're jamming Luke Combs or
In sync.
Hardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, that's
Kids
about it. I did have a topic that or a question or whatever.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. What is it?
I was losing my train of thought there. Thanks.
Oh, you got time.
Norwegian steam engine train of thought.
Yeah, I'm still just wrapping my head around all that.
Yeah.
But I think
we are too.
I think what's one of the craziest or funniest stories you've encountered at work?
Well, I would say
Nate, why don't you lead us off?
Okay.
No, just kidding.
Yeah. No, Nate.
How's that feel?
I'm interested. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I mean, I generally take work very seriously.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah.
I tend not to fuck around.
Oh, I didn't know you worked.
I do very hard, actually.
Must be the editing.
But there was. Oh boy, that takes forever. I guess the one job. I mean, just off the top of my head that I can think of, and to be honest, it wasn't even me. It was one of the other guys, but it was an outbound call center type thing, and they had taken the telephone cord off of the receiver of the phone, but it was still hung on there just enough to make it look like it was attached. So he'd call out, couldn't hear anybody, couldn't hear nothing, but the call would go through because it's still attached to the phone. So he had a bunch of people that were pretty upset. He did it probably 4 or 5 times, and then finally it wiggled its way out and fell onto his desk. And what the hell? And he was pretty upset with us, but he missed out on some commission. But we had a good laugh, and
Right.
We didn't really. There was 3 of us that worked there, and me and one of the other guys. We did not care whatsoever.
Oh, hell yeah.
It was one of those jobs that you just kind of get as a holdover till the next one, and it was just something to kind of get you through a couple
Filler job.
Yeah, a couple months, I think was all it was, and yeah, so that was. But yeah, that was about the extent of my. I can't. Really, I mean, you get your. Well, you guys maybe wouldn't know, but your typical office pranks, where you put a sticky note on the bottom of somebody's mouse. Because they have the laser, so if you put a sticky note on there and you're moving your mouse around,
Oh, that's not moving.
it's not moving. Well, they think their computer's broken or they think something's wrong with it. So it usually takes a few minutes, and then you put a note on there like, "Oh, good morning" or something like that, or whatever.
See, the real move there is you use clear like Scotch tape, and then you color over it with a black marker once it's on the
Okay.
mouse. Because then they don't see it. They flip their mouse over and it's just black. And they think the laser has actually gone out.
Gotcha.
That's clever.
Huh.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You can do that tomorrow at work.
No, I take work serious.
Yeah. It's 2 lies.
I used to be IT at one of the jobs I worked at, and being IT, I had the power to remote into other people's computers to troubleshoot issues they might be having. Well, when you remote in, like there's a pop-up that comes up in the corner of your screen to let you know that somebody else is in your system. But if you don't really get computers or are not familiar with computers, like if you're somebody like Jason, for instance.
Thanks, Ben. I was fucking
Yeah, I
waiting
was-
for
I was gonna
that.
say.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to be like, unlike Jason.
Man,
You'd never know that, right? So I was sitting on my desk one night, and across the way here was the operations manager's office. And the operations manager's sitting in there. And across his desk is another desk, and one of our floor supervisors was sitting in there. Super good dude, but he is an old farmer. And hands like frickin' catcher's mitts, And so when he typed, it was the 2 pointer fingers doing all the typing. And it was always on caps lock. Because can't be fucking around with shift and trying to capitalize. It's like, this is what it is. So he's in there typing up a review for one of his employees, and I can hear him in there, tink, 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 So I remote into his desktop, and I can see his screen on my screen, and I'm just watching him type away. And I know that when Jim does this, he's just staring directly at the keyboard, not at his monitor. So I'm just watching, you know, and I let him get 4 or 5 sentences in, and I just reach out and touch the backspace button for about 5-6 seconds and just let him continue on. And about 10 seconds goes by, and he looks up to double check what's going on, you know, and half of his shit's gone, you know. What the God damn it. So he backspaces, you know, all the stuff that's fucked up, starts typing away again. I give it a little bit, backspace, you know. He looks up again. Whoa, what in the? And I did that probably 4 or 5 times, and I hear the operation manager in there, who's a good buddy of mine, you know, and he's like, Jim, what is the fucking problem, you know? He's like, well, I get typing, and then he's like, I look up and half my shit's gone, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's like, I haven't hit anything, backspace or delete. I don't know what's going on. And so I'm sitting there, and I kind of peek my head up above the little cubicle wall, you know, like they call it prairie dog or whatever, you know. I'm like peeking, and I see Craig looking over at my desk, you know, and he looks at me, and he's like, it just gives me the old head shake, you know, like, stop fucking with Jim. And
Oh, that's awesome.
so I let him do it one more time, and so then I just started typing. Hey, Jim, how's it going? Just wanted to say hi. Love you lots, Ben. And so he pauses, and I could, like, hear him reading, you know. Hicks, you son of a bitch, you know, just fucking hot.
Oh, God.
And then a different time, there's a guy on first shift who is the jumpiest person I've ever met. All you got to do is walk up behind him and go, hey! And I mean, he would literally come right out of his chair. Damn. So my desk was like across the cubicle wall from his, but there's the wall in between us, right? So he can't see me or anything. Mm-hmm. So I come in, and he's a part of the inventory team, so he's deep in thought, tallying up whatever he was out counting in the warehouse. So for this maneuver, you don't even have to log into his PC. You can do it all without them knowing, but you can actually go into their hard drive and navigate to their disk drive. And you can open the CD-ROM door on their computer without, you know. So he's typing, and I was bored, you know. So navigate to it, and I click the button, and all of a sudden I hear, what the fuck? You know, he literally jumps out of his chair. And he's an old guy, and he just gets all huffed up, you know. Shuts it again. I wait another, 2-3 minutes or whatever, and I do it again. Same thing, freaks out. Wait another couple minutes, same thing. He freaks out. Then he's right over at my desk. Ben, I need you to look at my computer. I said, Chatham, I'm not even on the clock yet. I said, I don't start till 3. I said, I'm just here early, He's like, I don't care. Something's wrong with my computer. He's like, I got a virus. And he's like, I ain't getting fired for this shit. I'm telling you right now, something's wrong with it, and you need to stop what you're doing and come look at it. I said, Chris, I'm not here yet. You got to talk to Dan. Dan's not in here. All fired up. And I said, well, what's the problem? He's like, my CD-ROM drive door is opening all by itself. I said, sure it is, Chris. It is, He's all worked up. I said, Chris, they can't just open by themselves. I'm like, just, it's fine. Have you tried rebooting? The standard IT question.
Right. Yeah.
No, I'll try that. Okay, good. So he goes back over and reboots. I hear it fire back up, and I instantly pop it open again, And I just stopped after that because it was... But yeah, he had he thought for sure there was a virus downloaded, and
That's hilarious.
the end was coming.
So that's why that must be why I have some inappropriate websites, because somebody's remotely going on my home computer.
Yeah, looking up Bad Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't.
Well,
me.
you got kids, right? So that's
Yeah,
probably who you blame.
That's
Yeah,
true.
he was probably blaming Landon the whole
Yeah.
time.
Well, I am now.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it was the other one?
Oh God.
Oh,
Gonna have some
different
words.
story.
You're gonna have some. Somebody's not going to the fair. I know that.
Oh boy, holding the fair over there.
Yeah, gotta. I would say I worked at the auto auction in high school, and we played games with each other's cars. Either putting grease behind the door handle.
Yep.
putting the car just up on blocks, so you thought your transmission was bad or you couldn't move, But one of the guys got a buddy of mine, Tyler, back pretty good in the middle of winter. Great big snowstorm, or multiple snowstorms, and just piled up all the snow in one spot. Well, being an auto auction, not all the cars ran, so there was an end loader with, I think they were 8 or 10 foot forks, massive. So he went out there and he picked up his car and set it on the very top of a very large snowbank.
Oh boy!
Comes out looking for it, and sure and shit, there it is. So games like that they're fun, but sometimes go overboard.
Yeah.
So, but it keeps it fun.
What about you, Jason?
We shrink wrap somebody's car
Oh,
with a whole roll of shrink
that's always
wrap.
a fun maneuver.
I would think it was like a Firebird or something like that. He really liked that car.
Oh.
And it was just a joke. We wrapped it tight enough so it wasn't going to scratch the paint or nothing, but he was not fucking happy about that. The whole roll, we front to back all the way around, and when the roll got small enough, we could slide it under the car. So we slid it under the car, and then we rolled over the top of it. And the whole roll was used on his car.
That's a lot of shrink wrap, especially if it's one of those industrial rolls.
Yeah, well, whatever a roll is, about whatever
Yeah.
that is, whatever.
Yeah,
That was at a job or at school?
That
Job.
was-
Okay.
that was a job.
That was a job. That was a job. It took a job after the work we
Holy
did
cow.
after the job.
Yeah,
It took a
Nice.
while to do that,
Jeez.
yeah.
but we did it. It was funny.
Good times.
Not really a prank, but for a few years I worked at a distribution center for a very large retailer place that Jason may like to frequent on Sunday mornings.
Pure pleasures?
I didn't know they had a warehouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's massive.
Yeah,
But
you would know.
well, I was in the receiving department, so I unloaded trucks, and I went into work one day and they're
Well,
like,
that's funny
"Hey,
because I'm a pitcher
well, takes all kinds."
and you're a receiver.
Yeah. I go into work one day and they're like, "Hey, they need help on the loading docks. We got to send somebody down to help them load trucks." I was fairly new at the time, so low man on the totem pole. I got sent down to loading. So I go down to the shipping department and I find the supervisor down there and I check in and he's like, "You're on 10 with Frank," or whatever the hell the guy's name is. Okay. So at this distribution center, when you load, it's off of a conveyor belt. So the whole warehouse is at that one in Menominee, it's like 13 miles of conveyor belts inside of that building.
Holy shit.
And there's 5 or 6 levels high, I think, and each level has a conveyor belt running through it. And our guys they walk up and down the aisles, on the levels. And they've got these huge, like rolls of stickers that tell them what they've got to pick, right? So 10 cases of motor oil, 4 boxes of this, whatever. So this all runs through the conveyor belts. And there's a barcode on every box, and as it gets to the lane that it's got to ship on, there's an arm that comes out and kicks that box off the conveyor line, the main one, down to the conveyor that runs into your truck. So when you start loading, the end of the conveyor belt is on a wheel. It's got a little joystick on it, and you run it inside of your truck, and it extends all the way out into your semi-trailer, and you stop it, 6-8 feet away from the nose of the truck, and the boxes just start coming down.
You putting that on pallets or?
No, you're floor stacking it.
Microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah, turn your microphone towards you. No, that's you.
I see it.
You got to turn your microphone.
I see it.
Because we can't even hear you.
So yeah, you're like loose loading it basically, And I knew nothing
There you
about
go.
loading there, right? I was very new. So I walk into this trailer and fucking boxes are just singing down this line. And so the guy told me, he's like, "Get in here." He's like, "I need help." So the way they classify their trucks is this truck that we were loading was a 2.3. So it's supposed to take 2.3 people to load the truck. That's how fast the boxes are coming down the conveyor belt
Oh.
and how many boxes are coming off of the conveyor belt.
That's pretty quick.
So yeah, he's like, "I need help." He's in here all by himself, And I'm like, "All right." And I'm like, "What do you want me to do?" He's like, you see the fucking conveyor line? I'm like, yeah. He's like, grab boxes and just start fucking throwing. I'm like, okay. So you're just standing there chucking them, you know? And I'm like, aren't we supposed to stack these? He's like, just shut the fuck up and throw. Yes, sir. You know? So I just started chucking them. And he's like, all right, I got to back it up. So he backs it up. And then he builds a wall about halfway up the width of the trailer. But he backs up the conveyor belt. We back up with it. So he's created a gap on the floor where there are no boxes that's probably 8-10 feet long. He builds up a half wall of actual nicely stacked product, you know, left to right, all the way across. He's like, all right, fill in the gap. So we just start chucking boxes over the top of the fence, basically, that he's built, right? When it gets pretty full, he finishes stacking to the ceiling, and we repeat. But the crazy part is, we're I've been in the trailer for maybe half hour, 45 minutes now, and all of a sudden, cases of Gatorade start coming down the line. And he's like, oh, thank God, I'm fucking thirsty. Grabs a case of Gatorade, throws it on the floor, rips the top open, grabs out a bottle of Gatorade, just starts pounding it. He's like, you want one? I was like, no. I'm like, I'm not getting fired because I'm drinking, stealing it. He's like, dude, ain't nobody going to fucking know. Trust me. I was like, no.
Trust me.
I said, I'm not a narc. I'm not going to narc you out. I said, but I don't want any. He's like, whatever, dude. I don't give a fuck. Finishes his bottle of Gatorade, throws it in the gap, grabs another one out. He's like, whew, man, I was thirsty. I needed that. So anyways, we're loading away. All of a sudden, cases of the long fluorescent light bulbs start coming out like you'd use in a shop, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And he's like, I fucking love these. He grabs a fucking box and just like he's stepping into the batter's box, just smashes that fucker off the wall of the trailer.
Oh, my God.
He's like, God, I love the sound that makes. And then there's that cloud that comes out
that's
of him
gas.
if you've ever broken one.
Yeah.
He's like, this is the best.
Oh,
I was like, you're not supposed to breathe that.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking love these things. And like, you're stocking a store, right? So like 6 or 7, 10 of these boxes come down in a row. Every single one.
oh my gosh.
Broken box gets chucked into the thing, you know. He's like, you wouldn't believe how much shit gets damaged in transit. And that's the way the rest of the trailer went, dude.
Oh,
Oh, man.
It absolutely fucking blew my mind, you know. So we got all done with the truck, and he's like, well, I'm going to take my break. Have a good one. And he just left me alone in the trailer. You know, we had loaded it, but the next trailer was getting backed in, and the supervisor comes walking down. He's like, you kind of got the hang of this? And I was like, yeah, I guess. You know, there's not much to it. And he's like, kind of gave me a weird look, like there's not much to it. And he's like, okay. He's like, well, you're going to be on your own for an hour. He's like, you got a 1.8 coming in, so it won't be too bad. Oh, good. It's only supposed to take 1.8 people to load this truck. I've never done this before except for the last hour and a half I just spent with this crazy fucker. But anyways, I found out later that is not how those trucks are supposed to be loaded. And how that guy kept his job, I have no idea. But yeah, that was a wild experience.
I suppose because you scan into each truck or
Yes,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah. You scan your badge in, so
Yeah.
they obviously know who loaded it.
Right. You would think he would have been short shifted.
A fucking new guy.
Yeah.
He
Right.
doesn't
Yeah.
know what he's doing.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, guaranteed that happened. Yeah. Well, I'm training a new guy, Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I after I'd been there a while, I got to know some of the loaders, right? Some of the shippers, and that guy worked there for a while, and that's how he loaded every truck. Like they're like, oh yeah, Frank's fucking. He's a little out there, dude, but man, he can load those trucks fast. I was like, well, of course he can. Nothing is stacked. Like he drinks half the product. Yeah, it was crazy.
All right, Chubbs, what have you got?
Well, I got
brought it up.
I got a couple of them, but the first one is my brother and I worked together at another large retail facility.
Who's your brother?
David Kelly. You ever heard of him?
I heard he's kind of a cunt.
That is his favorite word. He loves that. But we worked at a rather large retailer warehouse distribution center in the area, moving trailers around, and the 1 year we worked there, we were getting plenty of hours. We were working like 3:30 to 3:30, Monday through Saturday every other week. We did this for, 6-8 months, just jam-packed, busy, just nonstop. Well, after a while, you kind of get fed up with some people and their bullshit. And a few other people were more vocal about it. So we all had our radios in our truck to communicate with our supervisors. And, I mean, we could communicate to each other, talk to each other, whatever. Well, we finally had enough, and a lot of people had enough, so somebody decided we were going to meet in the shed at a certain time and more or less have a fight club. And this is prior, like a couple days prior to this. Like, we've all been building up, like, this day, this time, meet you there. And the day we were going to do it, probably hour before we had set the time, our manager came onto the radio and specifically shut us down. He
Can't believe
goes,
they weren't down with that.
I don't know why they weren't, because that would have been a damn good time. But I think
Fight
it was
Club shut down.
Yeah, I think it was because there was some of the supervisors involved that we wanted to take on.
And they
That's
They didn't
probably
know it?
why.
Right.
oh
They were all invited, but they didn't know they were involved.
What
They
was
were
the-
just coming for a meeting.
yeah, what
Yeah.
was the cover? Was it just a meeting?
Yeah, it was just a yard horse meeting. I mean,
Oh, and you guys are just gonna all beat them.
and it wasn't just supervisors. It's like other guys that, you just got sick of
Regular
their
coworkers.
shit. I mean,
Sure.
everybody was just running ragged, living
Right.
off monsters and,
Uh,
no sleep.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was a good one. And I'm surprised my brother and I never got fired for the shit we did.
I can imagine.
Right.
If anybody knows my brother and I, we can be a damn good team.
Trouble
No, I
team.
think team.
Team is it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
team.
Yeah, it is. That's what you want to call it.
And the other story is I was working for my buddy.
No, you get one.
Oh,
Story.
is that it?
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
well,
on one.
shut her down.
Payback's a bitch.
No, I was working for a buddy of mine here in town, owned a metal fab shop, still does. And we'd run forklift, moving product, material, whatever. And every so often, one of us would be on the forklift, and it's a propane. And, he'd just randomly walk, he'd be out and about in the shop, but, he'd stop and bullshit with you. And, or you're bullshitting with somebody else, whatever. And forklift's running. You go to move it, fucker would die. You're like, what the fuck? Couple, you shut it off, you're looking around like, what, is it not in gear, or whatever. Key get turned off, what, just what the hell? Well, you'd go to start it, fire right back up. What the fuck? Go about your day. And that would happen, a couple times a week. Well, finally, I got to see what was going on. Mike would walk up near the forklift as he's talking to you, or you're talking to somebody else, and turn the gas off and let her die out, as soon as you stepped on the gas. Well, then in the meantime of you trying to figure out what the hell's going on, he would turn it right back on like nothing ever happened.
Nice.
Got it. He got me more times than I'm proud to admit, but that was a good one around the shop. Just you would try to do it, and somebody would catch you.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
That must be a thing with a forklift, because
Oh,
we do that shit at work, or even some of them at work have a kill switch now. So you just hit the kill switch, but it takes a while for it to bleed out.
Yep.
Oh,
and
sure.
the first thing, you fucker, reach back there and
Yep.
fucking gas is on. Kill switch.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. At the DC, they were all battery.
Okay.
So you could just walk behind them and hit the chink, and the battery terminals shoot off.
Oh.
So those you actually got to get off, walk around the back, and they're big fucking terminals, on those batteries, and plug them back in. You fuck.
Yeah, and they could just do it without you knowing too.
Yep.
They'd be gone before you even.
Yep.
Yeah, good times.
Nothing crazy from the party bus? I got to imagine there's some stories there.
Oh, buddy. There's I've been doing it for 10, 12 years now. Christ, there's plenty of stories. There's a couple that stand out. It was, I don't know, probably quite a few years ago, a New Year's Day trip. People from Chippewa, I knew these people, most of them.
Overachievers.
Yeah.
Well, they'd catch that Badger game, Rose Bowl or whatever. This particular day we were going over to Thorpe. I think it was to the Sunrise Saloon or Sun Up Saloon, whatever the hell it is over there. Well, I was basically pick them up, take them over there. They're there for the Rose Bowl game, drive them back. Well, all they're doing is drinking, eating, having a good time. Well, on the way back, they're playing music, good dancing music, and going down 29, heading westbound, jamming out. And all of a sudden, there's a loud cheering going on in the back. Well, and I got the big mirror, that you can drive and you can just look up and like, oh. So I'm driving just past Stanley, won't ever forget it. And commotion goes on. I look up and I see something and I look back down. Look up again. I fucking turned around. There is some chick hanging upside down from the pole. And I hit the gravel because I was more concerned on, and it wasn't even like her safety of if she was okay or whatever. I was more confused on how the hell she got up there.
Yeah.
That was the first question. I said, how in the hell did you get up there? It had something to do with they used a cooler or whatever, and she was able to flip herself up. And yeah.
Did she have clothing on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Fuck. Keep your eyes on the road.
Yeah, well, like I said, I'd never seen it before, so it was, bad car wreck. You
Yeah.
tend to
Can't look
keep
away.
staring.
Right. Exactly.
True.
Well, then there was a Halloween probably, I think it was the year the shop burnt down, so somewhere around, maybe it was 2021 or before COVID. Halloween run, local people, all around Chippewa, Eau Claire. Well, more times than not, you're on a party bus. It's not always the beer that you get. You can start smelling
Fragrant.
the fragrance of other smokable devices.
Sure.
I'm not
Oh,
talking
yeah.
cigarettes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, kind of let the whole group know. I said, get this shit off the bus.
Yeah.
I don't need to deal with it. Whatever you do outside of the bus while you're there, I don't care about. No big deal. Nobody had a problem with it. Well, that evening after I dropped everybody off, checking the bus, and there's one backpack left on the bus.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I smelt really. You could tell what it was.
Yep.
So I obviously pulled it out, opened it up. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm already at the shop,
And now hungry.
No, definitely not. I do not touch that. Not saying it's bad, but I just don't. So I knew. I don't think I even made it home before I had a text message of, hey, one of the guys forgot a bag on the bus. Can he come get it? I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm at home. I'm getting ready for bed. It's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. And I said, I'll get a hold of you in the morning. We'll figure it out. Well, about 8-9 o'clock, I wake up and my phone's just fucking lit up. Messages, calls, just everything, and I'm like, what in the fuck? Kind of just forgot what happened. Open up the phone, so-and-so forgot their bag, and then it's, we really need to get that bag back. So a lot of good, personal stuff on there. So I get a hold of, and I knew what it was, and by the time I called them back, they were kind of angry towards me that I hadn't gotten back to them yet.
Sure.
Well, I made the ultimatum of, well, you got 15 minutes to come get it, or I said I take it to the proper authorities, because I knew the kid's name, and he wasn't the nicest gentleman on the bus, which you're not always going to be nice, but he was rather dickish.
That would have been my first thing. Is I would have said, yeah, it can be picked up right at the CFPD.
Right. Well, that was so I was down there and I had the front. That was when the shop was downtown by the laundromat.
Mhm.
So the one door faced Willow Street. So I had that up. Bus was inside because obviously I didn't want to leave it outside because everybody knew where the shop was. I need a fucking broken window or something.
Right.
So I set the bag out right by the front door on the shelf, and I was tooling around and heard a car pull up and door shut. So I started heading back towards that door. I don't even get to the door. Door shut. I can pull out of there. Yeah, they were there in about 5 minutes from the time I got there.
Wow.
But it's just that, like I said, I don't care what you do, but it's the stupidity that people bring along with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and then something like that, and just the respect of
Yep.
being in someone else's property or being on your bus like
Right.
that. Like that.
Yeah, it's not only it could pose an issue if, for whatever reason, we got stopped.
Right.
Yeah.
The DOT.
It didn't take. It was. Well, it's October. It's not necessarily you're gonna have all the windows open,
Right.
And not saying that I get stopped, but this last summer I got pulled over, so that's
All
not
it takes is that
anything.
one time.
Yeah, and it wasn't anything I did.
Right.
It was because of the people on my bus got in a fight at Heartbreakers, and we left with one half, and the other half took off. Well, the bar called the cops. Well, we're the only bus there heading out. Well, didn't take. I pulled out of Heartbreakers to get on to 53 South or whatever, right by U.S. Bank to head towards Melby.
Yep.
I don't know, it must have been 11 and midnight, something like that. Well, there isn't a lot of traffic on that road.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, when I'm sitting at that stop sign and I look to the left and there's one car coming down, I'm like, well, it's got to be a cop,
Yeah.
So whatever, I pulled out onto the road, get in the right lane, no more than put my blinker on to get into the left lane so I can turn left onto Melby to go towards Hobbsies. Yep, berries and cherries. Well, flip that blinker back over to the other side and pull over. Yeah, that was a shit show because everybody's story didn't match up, and then it was like we were going to drop. I think everybody back off to their where I picked them up. It was at Hobbsies.
Sure.
Well, nobody's stories were matching up, so both officers wanted to get everybody's statement that was involved or whatever. Yeah, we were sat on the side of the road probably an hour and a half. Yeah, fucking one, the officer would come get one, and they'd go to the back of the bus, and I'd stand by the door making sure nobody else was getting off or going into traffic. And then it was, swap, I need so-and-so. And then it's getting their statements. And yeah, that was a shit show.
No thanks.
Yeah.
No. But more times than not, we do have fun on the party bus.
I've always had a good time.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
So we're going to have to wrap her up, just like any responsible adult should. Let's go through the fun stuff of finding us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts,
All the places.
all the places. Anywhere you can stream, we're probably there.
Yep.
We're on YouTube, obviously, for those watching.
Can you reach out on Facebook?
You can reach out on Facebook. We're out there. We do have some videos on TikTok as well.
Ooh, the ticket of the talk.
Yep.
That's an app.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's an app of
Hashtag.
short.
I thought you were
short
talking about the
videos.
clock on the wall.
No.
Hashtag FYP.
And then
Or you'll pay.
when you're out there, make sure you're liking,
Smash that like button.
liking our stuff,
The button.
There it is.
subscribing. That's gives you notifications when new stuff comes out.
Send us some emails at
Send us
Yeah.
Yeah, emails.
send it to Hicks at talesfromthehicks.com. We love to
that's
hear
right.
from everybody.
Share it with everybody you know, and especially the ones you don't.
share it. You go
Good
out
or
to,
bad.
Go
Yeah.
out to the website. It's talesfromthehicks.com.
And if we are doing good, what do they do?
A 4-star rating, please.
There it is.
5,
Sure. 5 would be good.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Get us a
Oh,
star.
yeah. Give us all stars.
1 star for everyone.
All right.
5 stars.
Overachieved.
5 stars today.
Yeah.
5 stars today.
Well, thanks for having me,
And,
guys.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Thanks for
sure, you
coming.
betcha.
Let's hope this one's stuck.
Yeah, hopefully.
That's what he said.
Oh yeah.
All right. You guys all have a good week, and
Yep,
we will talk to
you
you
too.
next week.
All right.
Thanks,
Adios.
Thanks, Chubb.
See ya.
Right.